Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning. Van and Holden in the morning.
Good morning, Holden Albright.
Good morning, Van Landon. What's in your cup today?
In my cup today is some GV dark roast, a little bit of 10% cream, a little pump caramel syrup, and 2 ice cubes is in my cup today.
Okay.
What's in your cup today?
I got black coffee, Kirkland Lake, I believe, breakfast roast.
Okay.
And I understood the GV meant great value.
Oh, yeah.
I have a shot, maybe 2-ounce shot of Bailey's in it and 4 ice cubes. But I also have a Happy Dad hard seltzer, and I got a giant jug of water because I just finished work because we're recording this at 10 a.m.
Yes, this is Van and Holden in the morning. This is in the morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. We moved this recording around. We still got it done before Friday. We're going to record some extra stuff. Tomorrow we'll be live on location. That's what you called it, right? Van and Holden on location.
Oh, yeah.
So we have no idea who will be a future guest of the show. Legitimately future guest, not joke future guest. And also, what's it called? If we're allowed.
Yeah, true. It's going to be good. We got, obviously, for everyone listening to this one, we're coming off the tails of Orangeville and Aurora this weekend.
Which, by the way, that plaza-ish, great plaza in Orangeville. There's a Walmart like in that parking lot, but my cigar shop is actually there. I was gonna hit up there before or after work because I thought we were gonna record this at 11, but time, and I was like, wait, if I'm going to Orangeville tomorrow, I can literally walk to my cigar shop. Like, fucking perfect. More reason for this Orangeville curling club.
Awesome. And we want to thank everybody who's been listening to the first 2 weeks of VHITM.
We've not missed a day. We've met 6 a.m., but we've not missed a day.
We have not missed a day. We have had some technical issues, so thank you for still bearing with us, but we're figuring it out. You try and start a podcast, and the only
daily podcast.
There you go. The only person listening to this one right now that has a podcast, probably TCO if he's listening to the Sunday feed. But hey, TCO, try run it every day, partner, and see how you like it. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, TCO. But yeah, we're figuring it out. Albright and I are putting in the after hours time to give you guys something special, and we hope that you continue to appreciate it.
And on location will just be our interviews for tomorrow, because I got news within 12 hours of seeing the opportunity and seizing the opportunity. There will be a GTA Wire Live Presents comedy show August 16th, 10 p.m. I'll announce right now, which, by the way, some people are listening to the Sunday shows. I think after a month, we'll delete all the daily episodes because that gives it time. The polls, we can, like, whatever that first week was 5 weeks ago, we can look at it. Pizza Man did ask a question about Barry wrestling and the dumb bumps you took on the weekend of how, like, doing the Barry shows after the 2 days, but we're going to talk about the week anyways. Please don't leave questions on Spotify. Please tweet at us so that we can see it immediately and we can either reply in online or we can reply at the next recording, because we're not really looking at the Spotify stuff yet. But you can post any topics you want us to discuss. We'll go there and add them to the pool eventually. But August 16th, Killbox, I think. The Killbox Theater in the back of Zesty Burgers, Dufferin and Bloor, 10 p.m., August 16th. Rex Atkins, Holden Albright, Big Justin, ring announcer formerly from Superkicked, John Green, Paul Gano, and many, many more. One of my favorite, I'm also having, like, people you do not know about that are fucking hilarious. I just confirmed Steve DeGay, and he is a gay man in his 40s, very open about his sexuality, and his name is legitimately DeGay. He is fucking incredible. And as of right now, there are no shows in Southern Ontario, at least on that day. And also, you may be able to enjoy the show with Mr. Van Landen in the crowd. Join Van's Lounge, if you will.
It's true. It's true. Van is not booked Terry, as some might say.
Right now, you're producing it. Part of GTA Wire.
It's true. So I'll be there. As of now, I'll be there. I won't be in any other part of the province as far as I know. As of now. Yeah, no, this is exciting because this just goes to show the growth that GTA Wire is about to undergo. It's sort of been being soft launched with the old VHITM, which is what you're listening to currently. But there are not even aspirations. There are plans in motion for this to become something much, much bigger and something that we can continue to share with all you great people, and we hope you enjoy.
This is also our last guest list week, as far as we know. We might change our opinions at some point. We have 3 interviews in the can at the moment. We're going to actually try a new interview format. I'll be recording that on Monday. I think that'll be one of the more interesting episodes that when we get to do that. Because that's also when you'll get to be able to chat with your boys. And we see like pandemic wild boy Van Landen.
Yeesh, yeah, that does exist, but no, I'm excited. We got a lot of stuff on the horizon, and like you just mentioned, we're only 3 weeks in, and we're still cooking. Haven't missed a day. We are accountability buddies, meaning for every time that Albright wants to be lazy, I'm there, and every time that I want to be lazy, he's there, and we get shit done because of it now, and it's pretty sweet.
It's very fun. Like, especially it's not even the laziness. Like, for me, it's definitely like an anxiety thing of like decision paralysis kind of thing. And like, this motherfucker has been messaging me like every other day, been like, yo, if you need me to edit anything, you need me to do anything, if you need me, I'm like, I need to. And this will actually be the first week because we had some technical issues. This will be the first week that it is. And when the GTA Wire logo gets rebranded, that is all designed by Van Landen. Like, it is a partnership. And the fact that we almost recorded this at 11 p.m. the other night, full disclosure, it wasn't my internet. I got laid that night. So the clock is reset. I didn't even know if I was going to tell you that. But the clock for me has been reset. I will admit it was a very tiring day. I met up with John Greed, a future partner with the GTA Wire soon. Leave It Better will be back. Greed Stole the Spot will be back. John Greed on your podcast feed, on this feed actually, will be here soon. But the sex was not that great because I was not prepared for it, and I've definitely jerked off way too much in the past week. See, this is why they want to say it's unhinged. We've been getting reviews of this podcast. It's unhinged. If you don't listen to Sunday, you don't know how unhinged this motherfucker is. It ain't on the door for him anymore.
It's true. If you're not listening to the juicy bonus content, let's be honest, you may notice a change in my voice right here. And it's not, and this is not an intentional change of the voice right here. This is something that only you video feed people are really gonna know what's happening. I'll leave it up to your imagination, man.
I believe it was day 4 or 5 of week 1 that you can have a guess of what happened. You could hear it on the audio feed.
Oh yeah, you can. We're happy.
I would say we're happy. You're hearing the lighter. I'm relighting my joint. It's legal in Canada. But
yeah.
So how was this weekend was very okay, actually. So I have 3 more days on one dating app, but I also realized last night on my drive home, why have I been focusing on one dating app? Especially that's a hookup app, not even a dating app. I'm so dumb. Like, I've used dating apps that people use to hook up to find love. I've used a straight up hookup app, and I'll come to the comedy show. I won't talk about it until then, but I did some segments on it. Or sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/BrendanC. Come to the Brendan Dome, where I live reacted to the most aggressive nude photo I've ever gotten. That's the only way I'll tease it, because I'll probably say it on stage eventually. But so I was focusing on one dating app, and I was giving myself till Sunday. I have one hookup app, and I had a couple of dates lined up. So then I was like, wait, why am I focused on one? Why am I not using, which by the way, Facebook dating, the worst dating app. But I was like, why am I not on Tinder? So I downloaded Tinder on my way home. I'm on a high from doing a great comedy show, seeing some great people. Download Tinder. And the Kobe Durst advice is you do have to pay for Tinder Premium. So Tinder looks way different than the last time I was on it in 2022. It's all fucking, I feel like I'm on PS5 and I last looked over at PS2. Like I'm looking at 2K24 and the last game I played was Shut Your Mouth. Like it's so fucking bizarre, but whatever. They got tiers for it. I think I got paid multiple, but like you get charged weekly. So Tinder will last at least 5 more days because I did pay for it. And I'm already chatting with someone else, thinking about this at work. I chatted with them or I matched with them before I paid for the premium. I don't know if I wasted my money, but if we become friends, that's awesome. So, but on the weekend, so Brendan Caulfield fell in love on the weekend. FaceTime call with the girl 6 hours after first seeing her on the app and us chatting. Went to the drive-in, had a great time. Oh my God, I saw fucking like a nice BMW, graffiti, the cheater, dickhead, liar. That was you saw it on the Instagram story, right?
Yeah, I witnessed that.
Fucking wild. I think she should have used black though, because the pink kind of faded into the white, and luckily like it wasn't on the tires. But I had a very fun date. We hung out the next day. We're chatting a little bit, and then no contact. And then I looked, and she removed me as a follower on her Instagram account, and I wasn't going to iMessages. I was going through text. And in that, I will say Monday drove me fucking crazy because I didn't know if she was avoiding me and like whatever. And this is the thing. Brendan Caulfield falls in love so easily.
Yep.
And I don't mean like, oh, this person sucked my dick, so I love them. I just go, oh my God, they care. They had a conversation with me. And like, I will fall in love with like waitresses. I won't do anything about it, but there's like this yearning that happens. And I leave the restaurant. I go, I don't know her name. I don't know her number, her Instagram. I sometimes get that. But that was another candidate. Brendan falling in love at 25 with Bella from the Works. I have a real good game in the fucking Canada Day weekend. But what happened is that went nowhere, and I'm okay with that. We're both in different places. I will say she is one of the most beautiful people I've ever met, and definitely, because she takes pride in it, very great teeth for someone that just became sober from doing meth for a few years. I believe 3 years off meth, 3 years on meth beforehand. So I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous podcast, but there's someone I chatted to that my crack joke backfired on me. They are not anti-crack like I am. And then this girl being a former, I don't judge addicts. I've literally loved and cared about addicts. And speaking of which, my ex, who I did talk about in the first week's intro, we had a conversation, and the best thing that happened was the conclusion or the closure that I got of, I thought my dad's death, like, obviously that fucked me up, but I didn't realize how much we didn't really see each other from October until saw each other day after Valentine's Day, saw each other sometime in April, but that was it. I was still dumb thinking I was in the relationship. It didn't go anywhere, but then I had the closure from her. And then because my life's a fucking sitcom, I found out she flatlined last August and she got diagnosed with lupus. So,
I mean, yeah, that's a lot. And that's one hell of a week, my friend.
1 week left on the dating app.
1 week left. And also stay tuned to hear Albright's prequel to dating apps on an episode dropping soon. You mentioned something there. You said you fall in love quick. And especially this weekend, you fell in love. I fell to my death this weekend.
Multiple times. You visited, you're a cat guy, and you use some of those lives.
Out of my 9 lives, I used 2 of them this weekend. I had one busy wrestling schedule. It was Van Landen's long weekend, and it actually started Friday night in Hamilton at Germania Club in a 6 or 7 or 8, I don't even remember how many people, person ladder match, reach for the bucket ladder match. It was myself, Rip Impact, Bruiser Battersby, Isaiah Prince, Devin Parkside, Scumbag Yates. So there were 6 of us. And infamously, and if you haven't seen this clip, find me on socials at the Van Landen. It's posted everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, everywhere. You can see how I finished that match, which was, and this is some crazy stuff, falling backwards off of a 10-foot ladder and exploding a 6-foot ladder with my body and falling really high backwards. And yeah, destroying my back in the process, destroying my head in the process. There really was no getting up from that once I took that fall. But I had to, because I had 3 more matches that weekend. That was match 1. So unfortunately, I didn't get the bucket, but I had a good night.
Which was Paul London's review, because you gained a follower from becoming boys with Paul London. Seminar on Thursday. But what was his review of that match?
Paul London's review of that match was, you guys are all fucking nuts, but it was awesome. Meaning, Paul London actually went out of his way to watch that match, which hey, let me pull back the curtain and let everyone know that I'm a fucking mark. And so...
No way.
I am. Can you tell? I have Pop Vinyl Macho Man looking over my shoulder. But anyway, I love Paul London, specifically the tag team run on SmackDown of London and Kendrick was actually something I grew up with and something in real time that I was like obsessed with. They were my boys. At that point, the Hardys were split up. I think Jeff was in TNA at that point. So London and Kendrick filled that void for me of like a flashy, high-flying, hot young tag team. And I loved those guys. I used to like pretend to do their entrance, or they would run and slide, and I would slide across my bed. I would do the pose that they would do. Anytime they were in the video games, I'd play as them. I still remember getting like Paul London's action figure for the first time. Loved it. So for him to be there watching me perform in a ladder match, obviously he's pretty infamous. He was in the ladder match where Joey Mercury's face exploded, which is honestly one of my favorite ladder matches ever. Disregarding that spot, just you have Dave Taylor and William Regal in a ladder match. It's awesome stuff. But for him to be there watching me in a ladder match, and then afterwards I go, I didn't even bring it up to him. He brought it up to me. You were in the ladder match. And I go, yeah. And he said, oh yeah, I was watching it. And I was like, hold on. You were what? He had just finished his meet and greet with all the fans. I assumed he was downstairs getting ready, but no, he stayed up and watched it all and put it over and said that he thought it was awesome and that we were wild, crazy lunatics, which we absolutely were. But yeah, that was a pretty fulfilling moment, I would say.
So live in the moment update. So thank you, TCO, for telling us that Thursday's episode, the Independence Day episode, the intro segment, which is the same every single day, except there's a little bit of a bonus cold open in that Thursday Independence Day episode. That audio track, when I was editing, I unfortunately muted it. So it wasn't on it when that's why I looked up the old Audacity thing, saw it was muted, unmuted it, did it, refreshed it. And we already have a question on that thing, and it's a topic, not a question. So, and you want to know what? We'll give a little update. Week 3 recording. We have 108 plays, 9 plays per episode. The audience size is 46, and we have 15 followers on Spotify at the moment. Impressions, I believe, 882.
That's really good numbers for...
Thank you for the other 13 people besides us that follow.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, because we're just 2 idiots talking. So we appreciate you paying
For the
attention.
record, the Sunday episode is what drops down those 9. They're on average, the 6 people aren't, because it's the average for all the episodes, and some of them are near 30 plays. So that less than 5 on the Sunday. Don't worry, when you listen in the archives a year or two from now, the dailies don't exist. It's only the weekly.
Exactly. When you come back to show your friends the drones episode and say, you got to listen to this podcast, it won't be there. You'll have to skim through the Sunday episode to get that.
And we do have the timestamps there.
Timestamps are there, which you're welcome. And you can thank Albright for those.
Which, by the way, the one thing that you can definitely help me on is when you listen to the podcast, because this week in particular, I didn't have time to do like bullet points of different topics and things we said on it, where you did get feedback on the original Taylor Swift of the trilogy, which may or may not be moved to tomorrow or next week. We do not know yet.
Yeah.
But one of the feedbacks was that Taylor Swift description is what got people to listen to it.
Yes. And the feedback that I haven't sent you is that they loved it and felt seen by it. So I was like, okay, sweet.
What does felt like? How are we like? Is it just like everyone is as like us as we are?
Which makes me so happy because I thought I was on an island of misfit toys over here.
No, we're on a spectrum with a lot of other people. So yeah, that's a little update. We got day 1. That was only Friday. Where were you Saturday, Mr. Landon?
My goodness. So after I crawled out of a shattered ladder that was piercing my skin and stabbing me, I drove my way over to Stouffville, Ontario for Pro Wrestling Standoff / New School Wrestling NSW. They co-hosted the Stouffville Slam, where once again I was in a lucky 7 scramble. No weapons, don't get it confused, but there was no disqualification. I should have definitely brought out weapons. It would have bettered my chances of winning. However, I didn't win. I nearly died at one point. And once again, go out of your way to seek this clip out. At the Van Landen, wherever you're looking, you will find it. The Stouffville Slam. It's got about 2,500 views on the reel already on Instagram. And the percentage of followers to non-followers is huge in favor of non-followers. So guys, come on, give me a follow while you're here. I'm dying out here.
Not for the record, for all you assholes that are sending that clip and like, look at this dumb indie wrestler. Not your fault. Not your idea.
No, I mean, I just hung on for the ride is what I guess you could say. What a ride. I saw that while I was talking to the girl for 6 hours and I stopped talking to her. I typed out what the fuck. I was very half hot. We had a conversation. I will defend this spot for eternity. If you think it's dumb or stupid, and especially the ladder spot, you did that with Rip, who is your trainer, who was your first actual wrestling coach, not a seminar. Like, it was done safely. Which was put over on commentary too. I had Kevin the intern make mention of Rip and Mine's history outside of in-ring action because we don't have it.
Kevin the intern, future guest.
Shout out KTI, I love you. But yeah, so I was at the top of a Tower of Doom spot, which is the worst place to be in a Tower of Doom spot, and I was getting pulled over. You know, because when you're hooked up and getting beat up, there's nothing you can do. You're at the mercy of your opponent who is gonna try to inflict as much physical harm to you as possible in effort to try to win the match, of course. So what happens when Van Landen comes down from the Tower of Doom? He lands back first on the top rope, takes a crazy trampoline bounce into the ring, and looks like I snapped my back in half at the spine. I can safely report that I am okay, and that luckily Chops somehow found the best camera angle possible for that clip. And shout out Ringside with Chops for posting that and allowing me to share that, because the hard cam footage, unfortunately, doesn't make it look as cool. I'll tell you that.
So how was the rest of your weekend?
Luckily, after dying 2 times in a row, I crawled to Stouffville. I like one arm like shuffled my way back up to Barrie Wrestling and had 2 defenses of my 3 Pistols championship. And I say 2 defenses because on Sunday and Monday, I was defending it. 2 separate shows. First against KPK's own Ahmed, which he is a strong boy, that guy is. But
And smart.
And smart.
He is literally like a mini Hulk, like Bruce Banner, kind of with the glasses on and shit like that.
That's true.
Talk to that boy about coffee. He roasts his own stuff. So talk to Mike Forte about his Ahmed experience with coffee.
And so got to wrestle him for the first time ever. Nearly lost, but was able to outsmart him and get him for the 1-2-3. The next day, Monday, of course, Canada Day was it. I got to wrestle who else but Canada's own Grizzly Mac, the Grizz, who
You smell what the Grizz is cooking.
Yeah, friend of the show, the Grizz, enemy of Van Landen, Grizzly Mac, and we had a fun one. I managed to hit him with the mist. Shout out Great Muda. And Grizz is such a big buffoon that even though he couldn't see, he thought he had me up in the torture rack. Little did he know he had referee Kyle Varley up in the torture rack. Yeah, you big buffoon. And I used his own buffoonery to outsmart him and secure the victory over that one. Tapped him out to the ankle lock. Big Grizzard.
Big ankle lock guy, Van Landen.
That was my weekend. I was hitting the mats all weekend. And luckily I'm still here, so I'm still alive physically.
You've never been here mentally.
Oh, I'm still not here mentally.
Is that all we have to chat about? We got some of like my like harsh bullshit out of the way. We got your fun wrestling stuff out of the way.
Oh, I think so. And I think now more than ever, I'm ready to talk this week's topics. You got topics? Good morning, Holden Albright.
Good morning, Van Landen.
I need to know, what day is it?
It is July 8th. It is National Freezer Pop Day, which I call them freezies. Like,
yeah, freezy pop.
Maybe it's a Canada thing. Like, I guess it is pop from the freezer. Like, what I love is like I'll look into language sometimes, and it's like we took the pop from soda pop, but America for the most part kept the soda. So like it used to be soda pop 100 years ago, and then at a certain point, it's you taking the back. It's divorced. Who kept the children?
Weird. Who kept pop?
So National Freezer Pop Day. In the heat of the summer, National Freezer Pop Day brings the sweet chill of release. Or not release. On July 8th, grab one of America's favorite ways to cool off with a frozen sweet treat. Freezer Pops have a long history, one that's over 60 years, and the history includes kids and summer fun. What's better than getting outdoors and spending time with friends and family? Well, perhaps cooling off with a freezer full of Freezer Pops in every flavor of the rainbow. Use hashtag National Freezer Pop Day. Tell us and tweet us photos of you with a freezy anytime this summer. I'm not going to tell you like today do it. If you do have freezies in your freezer, that's where they live. That's part of the name. Sure, do it today. But anytime throughout the rest of the summer, and because we're all dumb Canadians, just tweet us ice cream photos in like fucking January also.
Yes, please. Let us know what you're freezy in.
What's your favorite freezy flavor?
Maybe the white ones. I do like those. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I think, isn't it like a cherry or something, I think? Because red's like strawberry. I don't know. I think the white ones, those little white ones, those ones are always pretty good.
Oh my God. How many fucking like the paper cuts with the fucking plastic in your mouth and shit? Because it's so hard.
When you're a little kid, you're full on Joker if you eat a pop the wrong way.
I've seen the Heath Ledger meme of, do you want to know how I got these scars? And it's him eating a freezy.
Nice.
I think I would go. See, someone posted the different flavors. I want to say it was Tyler Arrow, future guest of the show. His personal Facebook account is such dad humor for someone that's A, not even 29, and B, not a dad. Like, it's fucking hilarious watching it. but I think he shared a meme of like what flavor Gatorade or Powerade is for whatever. And I'll do a red every now and then, but like blue was my favorite color. And like, I always go for blue. It's just like, this is it.
This is it. I hear ya. And let us know. Tweet #National Freezy Pop Day. Tweet us your photos of freezies and ice cream. Let us know what you're eating.
It's my topic, Van. You know what I want to talk about? I don't know how long this is going to be, but you know what I want to talk about?
Talk to me.
So, do you like Eminem?
Yes.
July 12th. Oh my God. That's later this week.
Yes.
The Death of Slim Shady. The album's coming out. And so far, 2 songs have been released. Houdini, which is just super fucking fun. And if you have not watched the music video of Houdini, you have not experienced the whole aspect, because there is a whole short film that takes place that has nothing to do with the song. Like, it is a fucking masterpiece. And if you've been a fan of Eminem the whole time, there's so many callbacks to it. And I just listened yesterday. I think it was released a couple of days ago. The music video is going to be released soon. It's already released when you're listening to this, but it's called Toby, and it's with Big Sean. I forget who else. And Eminem, and the chorus is, I realize I'm a big Sean guy, but I've never actually listened to his songs. It's always him featured on shit. And the chorus of it is, Toby Maguire was bit by a spider, but I was bit by a goat. And I got to be honest, I'm starting to hate the word goat. Shout out Jackson Stone, Shogun, the Suplex Shogun, future guest of the show, very good friend of mine. He took a photo with the Hardy Boys recently, and he said 2 goats. And this goes down to like the autism of me looking at the English language and going, greatest of all time, not some of the greatest of all times or some of the greats, but greatest, which to me is a singular and not a plural. And shout out the Hardy Boys, dope as fuck, made my childhood better. But they together are not GOAT, because one has to be and one can't be. But going back to Eminem, I'm so excited for this album. I haven't been excited for an album in I don't know how long.
And I'm pumped for you because I've gotten to hear about your music taste over the past few months. And for you to even say you're excited for an album is pretty big news, because you're a singles guy.
Yeah.
And for you to be stoked on an album, if this was 2003, I know you would be lined up to buy this CD coming out, because that's how you would have had to play it.
I think in 2003 or 2004, one of those years, Curtain Call came out, and it was just the greatest hits. And I got it for my birthday, and like low-key, one of the best birthday gifts I ever got.
Nice. CDs are cool. People, I hope you still listen to CDs if you have a car that still plays them, because I used to rock CDs. I used to burn CDs, and this is in like 2018 that I'm doing this. But now, of course, I got the big fancy Bluetooth car, stupid nonsense, no CD player in it. Still have all my CDs, but you got to play them a little differently now.
Go to the description of this episode, vote on the poll. Are you excited for the album later this week? And in the Q&A section, what... And by the way, one of the options is going to be fuck Eminem. It's yes, I'm excited. No, don't care. Fuck Eminem. Those are going to be the options. But in the Q&A section, tell us your favorite Eminem songs and we can shout them out.
Yes. We will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Good morning, Holden. All right.
Good morning, Van Landon. I got the tease for the van.
I would ask you what day it is, but I know that today everybody's having a Tuesday.
Hey, like, did you say that because it's your new catchphrase, or you know it's Tuesday?
It's both. Both. It is my new catchphrase.
The benefit of how we're recording now, just a peek behind the curtain. It's going to be easy for us to know the day of the week that we're recording this segment. When we talk about the topics, we have no fucking idea what day it is, because there's going to be topics that we don't publish for months. So for national days, before I actually say the date where Van did not know what was being uploaded before 2 weeks ago, now he has a cheat code, but he also has a new catchphrase. So
I do have a catchphrase. Guys, let me know. Tweet Everybody's having a Tuesday at the Van Landen because we all are. Think about it.
But it is Tuesday, July 9th, National Sugar Cookie Day.
What?
Each year on July 9th, we honor. There's a little bit of grammatical Nazi in me that's like, we honor us. The ever popular and delicious sugar cookie on National Sugar Cookie Day. Whether you love your cookie plain or decorated, sugar cookies are a sweet addition to our snack list. A holiday favorite and very easy to make, sugar cookies quickly disappear once they come out of the oven. Use hashtag National Sugar Cookie Day. And I never thought about this until I was about to talk about it. I think that there's like a level of, I don't want to say maturity, because I want to say like losing childlike wonder of you appreciate sugar cookies as you get older, and they like fall under like the tea biscuit category when it's not around the holidays. But then also low key, when you get one that has like the fucking the flavoring on top, that is just like a 1/4-inch layer of just like sugar and not just a biscuit. So I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but I started enjoying it later on in life. What's your opinion on sugar cookies?
The only time I can even stand looking at a sugar cookie is Christmas time, the month of December, when I love seeing like the little green and red sugar cookies in the little plastic containers. You go into the store, there's sugar cookies everywhere. You go to a little mom and pop shop, there's sugar cookies everywhere. You go to somebody's house, there's sugar cookies everywhere. I can only stand looking at them in the month of December. That's my thought on them.
What's your favorite kind of cookie?
So I'm not really a cookie guy, but if I
ask, yeah,
which this would make for a great topic, but I'll wrap it up for you short and sweet, because I had to say this the other day. Somebody asked me, but the Rainbow Chips Ahoy.
Oh, yep,
yeah, that's my pick, and I won't tell you why. I'll just tell you that that's my pick.
I used to have a friend when I worked at Cineplex, and someone else said we would have made a good couple. And it was like, I was actually texting her earlier today because she asked, are you a father? And I laughed my fucking ass off because she just found out. So what happened though, because like those posts are not recent. I'm not exposing myself that much anymore. I put my thing around Father's Day, gave up for it. But her name in my phone used to be Rainbow Cookie Melissa because she loves rainbow cookies.
Take that, sugar cookies.
I will say I'm an Oreo guy though, and like low key, there's like these new Oreos that have like the vanilla fudge around it. That's just like it's a surprise that my health, besides my weight and obvious like how fat I am, it's surprising that my blood isn't anywhere. Fucking Bryce, I posted my blood pressure, and Bryce said, "Brother, you got lower blood pressure than me."
Good blood pressure, Brendan. Let's talk topics. I got a topic for us today.
It's your day.
It is my day. And this one comes off the tails of the July 1st long weekends. I have a topic, and it's one that I think people actually will be a little passionate about depending on where you sort of land on this. But let's talk today about fireworks. I want to know, are you a fan of fireworks? Do you hate fireworks? Do you have pets that hate fireworks? Do you think that there's no point for them? Do you think, why are thousands of people gathering at a waterfront side to just watch these fireworks go off? What is patriotic about this? I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Waterfront. Dude, I live in Brampton. It's just parks. It's just a big park and a small downtown park. Those are where people line up. So we're wrestlers. We're wrestling fans. I love pyro. You put a dome on a building, you have an open air stadium, and they're fucking popping off and burning people alive, WrestleMania 24 style. I'm here for it. Celebratory fireworks? And like, I have dogs, but I got to admit, my dogs aren't pussies. So like, they're not like, oh my God, my first dog hated thunderstorms. But like, all my pets now are just like they'll see the lighter, they'll hear like the first couple and be like, wait, what's going on? But then they don't give a shit and they're just going to sleep through it. Like if someone just happens to touch my door to leave a fucking brochure, they're losing their shit. Fireworks, they don't care. But what's it called? I love pyro. Fireworks, I'm just like, yeah, when I was a kid, boom, that's cool. Now we can just look up like Onita deathmatch for fucking fireworks. And then also, what's it called? I saw like a little post and it was this cool like Chinese dragon style drone show. And it was like, we are now at the point that drone shows are better than fireworks. And absolutely 100%. So I don't go fuck fireworks because I'm pro pyro and I think they fall under the same camp. The only difference is like a celebration. But I'm pro drone shows over fireworks.
Okay. I definitely agree with you on the points of the drone shows now being a cooler attraction than fireworks. Because even for me, fireworks as a kid, I was always like, oh, imagine if they could just shoot that up and it made a Canada flag. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And now drones can do that for us and they can have Charizard flying across the sky. Drone shows are crazy. But where I lay on fireworks, I mean, like, they're cool, right? But at the same point, like, am I missing something? Like, I feel like I'm missing something with fireworks other than just cool color kaboom. Like, I don't know.
I feel like there's a lack of effort in most fireworks shows.
There's 100% a lack of effort, and maybe that plays a factor. But I feel right now, I feel like Shawn Michaels when he lost his smile. I just like fireworks. I gotta go home. I gotta take my ball and go home on this one. Let us know where you stand in the comments beneath the Spotify feed. Tell us, fireworks, fan or no fan?
This is our second drone-related topic. Throw it in the clip show.
We have brought the drones back up. This time we're talking about how cool they are. Keep the tabs open on drones, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Holden Albright. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. It's off to whatever day it is. I don't like that good morning song is a real thing at some point in our lives, right?
It absolutely was. And I also can't remember the lyrics to that, but I know what you're singing.
Because I feel like it has to maybe do something with school or like preschool television. Because now I'm thinking of like the clean up maybe that's Barney. Like, please tweet us where that is fucking from, because we're not going to look it up during the recording. So send us a YouTube link, somebody, and not a personal DM. Tag at Holden Pro, tag the Van Landen, put it in your story so we can see it.
Yes, I need to know, what day is it, Albright?
You think you don't know? You think you? I'm wearing an Edge shirt, so when he said to know, I'm like, it's somewhere on the shirt, but it is Wednesday, July 10th, a day very close to both of ourselves. National Kitten Day. Not food today, not food. We went 2 for 2 for food. National Kitten Day on July 10th perfectly celebrates the cuddly warmth of a kitty. The miniature fur balls of energy snuggle their way into our hearts with no effort at all. Within a flick of their tiny ears, we're in love. Hashtag National Kitten Day reminds us that while kittens are well equipped to find their way into our hearts, many don't find homes. Oh, that goes sad. Go adopt a cat if you don't have a cat. Don't adopt a cat if you don't have time, space, or money for a cat, though.
I guess check social media today for a Van Landen cat reveal. Maybe all 3, maybe just one. Maybe just one. I'll tease you guys. But I love cat.
Van Landen's pussy reveal. Link in bio.
Link in bio. Link in...
Pussy in story.
Oh, jeez. That's the case today, guys. Do you have cats? Let us know. I want to know. I want to see them. Tweet us.
That's definitely going to be a line in the descriptor of this episode. Van Landen pussy review. It's just a cat emoji. So like that's where people be like, I know what that means. I'm also a degenerate.
We're questioning what this episode is going to be.
One more topic from me for the week. To lighten it up a little bit as we end our daily episodes. But we're saving the social media versus social networking. Once again, eventually you'll get that rant. Do you know that it costs more to subscribe to the same service on your phone than it does the website?
No. And I don't know if I've ever even been conscious enough to ever even try to look for something like that.
So I watched a YouTube video, and I'll link it down below if I remember. And we have enough time editing this, so I think I will. The episode describers will come back this week. But it said stop subscribing to stuff on your phone. So Google Play, Apple App Store. You're a iPhone guy like myself.
Yes.
What happens is, so for me, I let my YouTube Premium run out the other day so that I could renew it, but on the website. Subscribing via Apple, it's $29.99 a month for the family plan. It includes like 5 or 6 people versus $17 by itself for one account. And I'm like, okay, I will say you are one of the people that I have on my family plan for YouTube.
Family van.
So what happened was when you subscribe though through YouTube, it's only $22.99 a month before taxes. It's $29.99 before tax on Apple. Because all these app stores, PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, whatever, they all get cuts. The normal generic cut is 70% for the person, 30% for the store. So instead of Spotify or YouTube or whatever you're subscribing to on your phone, instead of that, them taking that hit and making less than what they normally would, they raise the price up a little bit. Google is less of an asshole and more open source than Apple. So watch the YouTube video. It's like 10, 15 minutes long. It describes it. I believe Spotify worked out deals that it's the same for Google, but like Apple's like, nope, we're taking 30% no matter what, blah, blah, blah. So very much going back to the why don't the US use the letter U? I want to save you some money to spend on our Patreons. Which if you subscribe on the store, on the app, it's not a subscription through the store. It's a subscription through Patreon. So it doesn't charge you more. But the more you know.
The more you know. And I do want to chime on to this because YouTube Premium has now been what a quality of life upgrade.
Dude, people want to shit. Like, so I've been torrenting since like for almost 20 years. Maybe 06 would be 20 years since I've done it. And I would always buy like Blu-rays or DVDs around Boxing Day and such. I saw torrenting as replacing renting. Just because someone charges you doesn't mean they're evil. You're paying for convenience. Instead of finding a torrent, hopefully it doesn't ruin your computer. That's why I have a second laptop that if that some bitch explodes, I'm like, it had a good run in it. But you can also just upload on Netflix. And that's also why all these streaming services allow downloading now, including YouTube isn't just YouTube ads. They also have music included in the plan too, but I use Spotify, so I'm not going to go down the YouTube music route. But being able to download shit, the no commercials, YouTube Premium, like it's not so much don't undersell it. Find 6 people you can divide that $25 Canadian if you subscribe on their website. For less than $5, you get, and it's your YouTube account wherever you are, your phone, your TV, anywhere will work with it. Divide that up. Family plans, you do not need to be an actual family. Blood is thicker than water unless it's saving you money. And then that water, you want to know what? I drink a lot more water than I do blood. I'll tell you what, son.
That's true. Vampires, we see you.
This is Holden Albright, also known as Brendan Caulfield, legally. You can follow me at Holden Pro on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But more importantly, patreon.com/Brendan C.
And I am the Barn Burner Van Landen, legally the Barn Burner. And you can find me everywhere at the Van Landen, TheVanLandon. Search me up anywhere and everywhere. You will find the Barn Burner Van Landen. Good morning, Holden Albright.
Good morning, Van Landen, sir. Van Landen.
I need you to tell me what day it is right now.
It is Thursday, July 7th. Sorry, it's the 7th month. It is Thursday, July 11th. And when you put the month and the date together, what does that mean, Van? What are the numbers?
7-11.
And it is National 7-Eleven Day. On July 11th, we celebrate National 7-Eleven Day and celebrate with one convenience store chain, conveniently scheduled on 7-Eleven of each year. The day often features one of their signature items, the Slurpee. Some people call today National Slurpee Day, but we want to stick to the original name, National 7-Eleven Day. Shout out nationaldaycounter.com. Use hashtag National 7-Eleven Day Yeah, they got discounts on Slurpees. I believe they're like $1 or like fill up a bucket if you have that. I don't know what it is, but I will for sure get a Slurpee and 10 at 10ish, 10ish at 10ish with Holden Albright will return today on Instagram Live with a Slurpee.
I'll just say this. I can't wait for National Circle K Day.
What's your favorite flavor of like Slurpee-ish things? I think I'm a Coke guy. I like a Coke or a root beer.
I like the Coke, but I usually mix it. I usually put a whole bunch of stuff in it. I usually layer it, make it all weird. Yeah, make it all weird. Sometimes they have just pure banana, and I'll do pure banana, but other than that, yeah, it's like a Coke or a root beer or just mix it all. I haven't had one of those in a while, though.
Today's the day.
I guess today's the day.
It's social content, bro.
See me drinking a Slurpee. Watch me slurp it up live at 10 at 10 with Brendan. Things are feeling good today, and I think it's a large part due to today's topic. Do you have any guesses?
I have no idea where you go.
That is a fair point.
I also don't know where I go for the record, too.
And neither do I, so I think we're on even ground here. I'm talking about what's in my hand currently. That's my coffee. So I think you and me could do an entire 2-hour-long Van and Holden special on coffee, but I'm going to make this one simple and direct.
No, that's Ahmed. I'm done in like 3 seconds.
Okay. I want to know, what's your go-to coffee routine for the morning? And I'm talking the long haul. This can't be your Starbucks 1 day a week special. This can't be, something fancy. This is, what is your daily driver of coffee? I want to know how you make it, how you like it. I'm curious because now that I'm a coffee connoisseur, I'm curious what other people got to say too.
So yeah, comment in the Spotify Q&A what your coffee thing is. My life is so out of John. So we're recording this literally Sunday at 10 a.m. We recorded the intro maybe Thursday at 10 a.m. We started at 10 on Thursday. We're in the middle of finishing up recording for this. But because I'm so fucked up, like today, I woke up at 2 a.m. and I was doing like editing work. I texted you, I'm taking a nap at like 5 a.m. So then I woke up again at 8 a.m. My car is having issues, so I ordered Wendy's breakfast. See, my thing goes more towards the breakfast items and the morning coffee, because I sometimes will push myself not to get a coffee. But my morning coffee, if I'm going to work, because I work at like 4 a.m., is a double-double from Tim Hortons, just because it's a little more sweeter, so I'm using it for the sugar energy, and I'll cool it a little bit. But I definitely am a black coffee with ice because I'm a bitch because it's hot. Like I'm a coffee guy because I'll order one any time of point in the day. Post-show dinner, hey, do you serve coffee? And if you have to make a fresh pot, I'll drink the whole thing. And a double vodka and ice and a Canadian shot of tequila. But what is your routine now, coffee connoisseur, not first name starting with a C, Van Landen?
Thank you. First off, I love that, by the way. Also, secondly, that post-show dinner.
Real life gimmick for the record. That's CCC.
That's true. That post-show dinner drink order is pretty wild. I'm shocked.
That's sometimes also a good morning brunch, Barry Wrestling Canada weekend.
That's true. So my thing is, because I'm talking the daily driver, right? Not something special, not something fancy. I got the Keurig machine. And for me now, because I'm a man of great value, I go to Walmart and buy the cheapest dark roast pods I can get. Why? Because I'm going to just pour a bunch of stuff into this anyway. I might as well just get the strong stuff. So right now, my daily drivers, I get these big 48 boxes of GV dark roast Keurigs. Pop one of them suckers in there. I got my handy travel mug with lid because I'm a notorious spiller on my shirt.
I do think the lid is what makes it a travel mug.
Exactly. There we go. And so my routine, like you, big bitch when it comes to heat. So I immediately drop some ice cubes into
Hey,
that.
I never said I'm a bitch with heat. I said I'm a bitch with coffee's hotness. Bring me on the fucking heat, motherfuckers.
Bring him on the heat. And we will see. But I immediately dropped my 3 ice cubes in here. And believe it or not a cream guy. I'm a milk guy. I put a little bit of milk in here with it to even this one out, lighten the load, if you could say. And so we got some fancy little coffee syrups. SYRUP syrups. That's gonna be a topic. How do you say that? But I put 2 pumps of little sugar-free caramel syrup into mine, give it a nice little frother with the froth machine, and I'm away to go. Machine. I do have a little froth machine, not like an industrial-sized attachment to the house-sized froth machine, but a little handheld little whisker. And that is how Van Landen makes his daily driver morning coffee. Try that one on for yourself, you people at home. Let me know. Do I make a good coffee, or do I have to completely change what I'm doing because I'm doing it wrong?
I don't think you're making a coffee. I'll go there. I'll debate this a little bit. And this could be the poll. Is Van Landen's coffee a real coffee? Because I think that what you're making is like a Starbucks level TikTok chick doing something while saying this awkward story how she made eye contact with a celebrity one time and it was her Disney moment and could have made it. So I go, hey, that's a great iced coffee, brother. That's a great Starbucks light basic bitch drink.
Right.
I'm gonna say that is your daily drink. That's not your daily fucking coffee though, because you throw in the ice and the syrup and the frother, brother.
Here we go. I'm curious what this poll result is going to entail, but I'll tell you one thing. I definitely can whip this coffee up quicker than a Starbucks drive-thru employee. I'll tell you what. So there we go.
Look forward to part 2 of this next month when we look at the results. To be continued.
Good morning, Holden Albright.
Yo, what's up, Van?
Yo.
Wait, you're supposed to ask me?
Yeah, let me ask you. Come on now.
I did the thing of like when you're in school and you see what line the next person's going to read, so you count it in the textbook.
Yep. And I was the guy who fell asleep and missed my lines. But I need to know, what day is it, Mr. Albright?
It is our last national day, because we don't do it on Saturdays. And it is July 12th, National Pecan Pie Day. Grab a slice on July 12th and celebrate National Pecan Pie Day. Mix up the ingredients using primarily corn syrup, pecan nuts, salt, and vanilla. Occasionally, recipes vary by including sugar syrup and molasses or maple syrup. Other additions include chocolate and bourbon whiskey in some regions of the country. Hell yeah. Top it all off with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. Use hashtag National Pecan Pie Day. And I got to tell you something, Van. When it comes to food,
yes,
not a pie guy. I like a Boston cream pie, but that's a dessert. That's not a real pie. That's borderline cake.
That's true. I like a meat pie. Meat pies are pretty filling, but
meat pies are good. Do they count as pies though?
I guess they technically do, but you were talking like bake a pie, like put it in the window. Yeah. No. Like steam lines coming off of it. A cherry pie is not bad if you're a cherry guy. I'm with you. Lemon meringue is a good one. Boston, yeah. I hear you about those ones, but I'm with you. I'm not a pie guy either. Catch me not having a slice of pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, not a pie guy. Not a pie guy when it comes to food.
Let us know. Are you pie people? Are you eating pecan pie today? I sure as hell am not. So let me know.
If you're eating pecan pie, don't offer us any. Enjoy that yourself.
Please don't. Have it yourself.
Hello, everybody. The topic of today is going to be real dumb, real simple, but it gets us to get to know you, our audience. What's your favorite color, Van?
Blue. Easy answer, blue. For me, it's always been blue. My eyes are blue. I have blue eyes. My room currently, if you're watching the video feed, is blue. There's just something about the cooling atmospheric aura that the color blue has that really really soothes my soul and appeases my visual whatever that would be.
Your
Visual.
headphones are. I was gonna say, are your headphones blue or is that just
They're
reflecting?
blue. Headphones are blue. I have blue pants. I'm blued out. I'm blue.
You kind of spoiled it, but I'm definitely gonna sample the song at the end of the episode for that.
There we go.
But what's it called? Is there a particular shade of blue? Which, by the way, the lighter that I'm using is blue. So shout out.
Definitely like a sky blue always wins. An aqua
Makes sense.
sky blue. Yeah. That's my that would be my first overall. Not so much royal or navy. You do start walking the line of purple, which purple actually comes in second for me as well. But that's the thing, is I like those lighter blues, the unmistakable blues, lighter sky blue. That's
unmistakable. That's a good fucking word.
Yeah, that's what it is. When you see it, you know.
I used to be blue, and I feel like I used to like blue, and then I became depressed and was blue. But I don't know. I think it also like it goes down. That's why I asked about like the shade, at least, of it feels very like girls are pink, boys are blue kind of thing. But I definitely, it's one of those like realizing how depressed I was in the past. But the blue, I moved more towards gray, and now like my white hat that I wear is like the signifier of my retirement.
It's waving the white flag.
It's the I think when you wear, because especially for me right now, and you've seen me a couple of times. So if I'm going to work or I'm going to work the next day and I'm not going to like take a shower beforehand, I'll take a shower afterwards. I'm wearing a black shirt. But if I'm going out somewhere, I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm very black and white shirts. It's the same kind of shirt, same dry fit material. The pants differ. I got different stuff, but I've been wearing the same white shoes. Like I have a uniform now. If you're seeing Brendan Caulfield, Holden Albury in 2024, you're seeing me in a white or a black shirt, white hat, white shoes. And so, but gray in general, my favorite color, I think is very versatile. But we want to know, question down below, what's your favorite color? What shade? And the poll of today, because it's National Kitten Day, will be, are you a cat person? Yes, no, dogs are better. You don't like any animals you don't eat? Whatever.
I want to know. Let us know. Favorite color. Goodbye. But let's talk the topics today, because Van Lanen is here. I woke up early to talk about this because I am concerned. I'm not fully concerned, but I'm concerned enough about the ocean.
Okay,
and
what are my top 3 fears?
Okay, here we go. We're touching more on fears. We talked about my fear of waterfalls. Which by the way,
everyone for voting me, and then both of us, and then you.
No one thought that was me. I saw that.
A couple did. You and someone else did. But everyone thought it was me or both of us.
I was shocked at the percentage for you. To be honest, for that poll. But we talked about my fear of waterfalls, and I'm not fully there to the topic yet, but it's something to do with oceans. I want to talk about the animals of the sea, specifically big ol' whales. I saw recently a big whale washed up onto the shores of Nova Scotia. Sad anytime you see that. I've never seen whales in real life. I've never gone to Marineland. I've never, gone to Vancouver on a boat tour or something like that. So I've never seen whales in person. But
you don't know where to see whales in person, apparently.
I don't know where whales live. Can somebody take me to the whales house?
I do like the location chronological of east to west of Nova Scotia, Marineland, Vancouver.
All I can say is the last time I checked, there's not whales in the lake nearby. And so I want to just talk because oceans are scary. Specifically, the fear of what's living in the oceans is scary. And when you got big animals in the sea, like giant squids, confirmed,
which are real. Colossal squids are real also. It's bigger than that.
You got whales. Back in the day, the megalodon shark existed. Things like that.
Back in the day, ...
dot 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 dot. Talk to me about just your thoughts on the animals of the sea, specifically the big giant ones that could kill us very easily and effortlessly.
See, I think like the bigger you get, like you're going to get fucked up by a little sports car. You're not going to get that fucked up by a bus. So most of them,
Hey,
unless
Regina
it is,
George.
I meant like they're not chasing you. That's what I mean about like the agility of a sports car versus a bus.
Fair.
So most of them, like a shark and the whale, they're very lumbering around. They're very much just bumping around. Squids though and octopus, like they don't even know what all their tentacles are doing. They don't even know how many they have. So yeah, it's also the fact of like the deeper, not going the opposite side with the smaller fish, the deeper you are, the uglier and freakier these some bitches look. But,
Yep.
I will throw in there though, like I don't give a fuck about any of these big things because if I'm anywhere these big things are, I'm the one that's not supposed to be there. And the little things are just so fucking weird. But then I want to just ask if you know what it is, and I'll set up a future topic down the line, maybe in October.
Okay.
But you know what UFOs are, right?
Yes.
What does it stand for?
Unidentified flying object.
So there's USOs, unidentified submerged objects. And if aliens are here, people want to say the mounds and shit like that. Wouldn't you want to be where 2/3 of the world's stuff is and how most of it hasn't been explored?
So much of it hasn't been explored, and that just like hit me in a weird way because I've never thought about that, but that's actually terrifying. Yeesh.
What if they are the squids?
That's scaring me even worse.
Like small squid to big squid, but the evolution also goes big squid to smaller squid to human squids. Humanoid squid.
Humanoid squids would terrify me.
Aliens look a little squiddy, don't they?
Well, at least the way that the movies have depicted them. I'm going to leave us on one thing. Would you find an alligator in the ocean?
What a week. What a week. It's now Sunday.
It is
It
Sunday.
actually is Sunday. It's Shoot Sunday. So you also, the benefit of how I edit it now, I'm going to be able to chop out that little coughing section.
Really?
Because I'll just like skim through it and just see when it happens. But anything that happens at the immediate beginning or after, I can chop. Everything else will need to be just a little extra effort.
The spicy spice.
So you did tease, and it was going to be one of the topics. Let's not do the Lonely Island song of the week this week. It's still in the rotation because you did have a good idea for this. I'm just going to give you the floor to chat about it.
Sweet. So, coming out of Van Landen's long weekend, which was heavily promoted and hyped up, resulted in 2 infamous bumps of my career in 2 days. But unfortunately, the man behind Van Landen on the Friday night suffered a personal loss in the family. And what this was I'll rip the Band-Aid off. My uncle passed away Friday night. And it hit me by obviously shock because for me, it was really affecting my dad, obviously. Mm-hmm. And that is something you never want to see. But of course, played a big factor. And as I drove home with the wounds of a ladder match, I got that news dropped on me. And it was late in the night that night. I went and saw him, my dad, and we made sure everything was all cool, just him and I, which it was. Had a little long chat, of course. But to get into my uncle, obviously sucks that this happened.
Can I ask how old he was?
56.
I believe my dad was 2022. His birthday was it? Okay, so my dad. Oh yeah, my mom's 65. My dad was 56, and actually today, as we're recording the outro, today was his birthday, and I realized, at least for me. So we talked about it on like the first week with Father's Day.
I believe in not welcoming grief after you're moving along with it. Don't let the demon in. If you're on the wagon, don't think you can have one drink. Don't think you can have one puff. You need to like separate yourself. Where you are right now, you're still in the grief phase. This grief could last the next year. I'm not saying don't be sad for a year. Be sad from last when you found out until whenever the fuck. But I realized for me, and maybe I'm not saying your dad's asking for advice or anything. What I realized the other night was what helped me cope with it was before we put my dad in the ground. And I'm not saying that's the time sensitive thing, but I went on like a little road trip of like a sightseeing tour of all the houses I've lived in and just random places that we spent time together. When I was a kid, we used to look at airplanes and have like Frosties at Wendy's. So I went there and I just drove around a lot. And I realized like doing that, I said goodbye before he was in the ground. So it wasn't a, oh man, I wish I could do this. Or I wish I could, because I did do it by myself while he was still above ground. And I think low key, because I wasn't thinking about that till maybe Thursday or Friday when I was actually coming back from Orangeville, I was like, oh, I did a little like retirement tour with him. I'm not going to miss the ring because I chose to end it. So I think for anyone listening, if a loved one passed away, as soon as possible, and I don't mean as soon as you're not sad, be fucking sad. Cry in the places you laughed in, which is normally the opposite of like laugh in the places that you cried in for like getting better through mental health. No, for grief, it is you need death to appreciate life because one doesn't exist without the other. So while you're still shitty, go to those places that you laughed and you're going to be having these smiles, remembering good times while you're feeling like complete shit and crying. That was my thing. And we're doing a version of that for tonight, for the end of this episode. So keep talking. Does that make sense though?
Yes. And I do appreciate you sharing that because I think I like the way that you put it. You did do a mini retirement tour, but I think that is a good way. And also, sort of to that same vein, in almost Ultimate Warrior-esque, eerie-esque fate, just about over a month ago, and I'll get into this, my uncle was in a band. Mm-hmm. Pretty infamous if you were a fan of metal in Ontario, of course. An indie legend called Relic Dog, and they played some awesome tunes. And so they actually played their farewell concert, their true farewell concert. It was billed as such about a month ago. And I think that's like pretty crazy that they managed to get that off seemingly just in time. And yeah, my uncle was a fucking rock star. Lived it through and through. The best way to compare him, he had a raspy voice like Lemmy from Motorhead, sounded like a rocker, dressed like a rocker, would get looks at a store because he's a big biker looking dude. Same as my dad, That's just, to me, that's just how like manly men were. I don't know how come I'm sitting here with no tattoos and not looking half as intimidating as my dad and my uncle. But yeah,
it is. You went. Your style is very stoner hipster as opposed to like biker metalhead.
Yeah. And so I want to bring this around to rest in peace to the fucking legend Chuck Swire and make this. We're not talking Lonely Island. If you're listening to this right now, in honor, just go to YouTube because, like I said, these guys were indie rockers, not necessarily SoundCloud, Spotify hip hop artists. Let's just say. So you got to go old school with this. Search Relic Dog. That's RELLIKDOG. And if you see, what you'll see a bunch of metal live performances, things like that. Just give them a listen. You may like it. You may not. They weren't for everybody for a reason. They were fucking rockers through and through. And that lead singer, that fucking vocalist, that's my uncle. And it's going to be different without Relic Dog around now and without him around. And obviously, my dad now lost a brother. And so I want to pay that respect.
And we're gonna give them a little sample. They don't need to rush anywhere right now if they're listening to this at work or in the car. What are we sending them away with right now? What's the name of the song?
Let's send them off with a classic, one of my favorites, the one that I'm pretty sure got them radio coverage there for a little while back in the early 2010s. Let's play Super Egyptian Mama.
Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for joining us this week.
Bye.
Everybody knows wants to rule the world. If you get in her way, she's coming to wipe you out. Super Egyptian mama, they call her. Everybody knows that you want to be aware of her. Here she's coming and she's not rolling out. And this is what she said. From her evil eye, and you know it is your turn to die, cause you got the power, come and wipe your brain out. Super Egyptian mama, they call her. Everybody knows that you want to be close to her. Here she's coming and she's not pulling out. And this is what she said. Once again, and you know you don't want to be friendly. The only woman's got the power to save you. Super Egyptian mama, they call her. Everybody knows that you want to be wherever. Here she's coming and she's gonna dominate you. And this is what she said. Egyptian mama. mama.